Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I'm a 40-year-old man. It's happened. I think that is officially middle-aged, right? Like, there's no getting around it. It's there. At this point, with the average age in the United States, I don't think that it's even really middle-aged. It's kind of over middle-aged, isn't it? So, with that being said, we are going to be doing a Ask Me Anything. So, get the questions in there. You know how it goes here. If you're new to the game, I try to get everybody. See there? It's in top chat. Man, I had it on live chat. They always do that. So, now we're going to have live chat. So, everywhere is going to be in here. Obviously, if you're ridiculous, I'll ban you. I have no problems doing that. But we are also going to be doing some other broadcasting later. I'm going to be doing an Epstein one. There are just so... excuse me. There's just so much that has come out over the last few days that I haven't even really been able to catch up on. We're going to be talking about all the red flags. Remember I told you, I really even doubted at the time that he checked in and out of jail as he was supposed to. I said, look, a lot of these guys are making, 20, 30, 40 grand. Flick off, thank you. Thank you so much, man, for the support, bro. And by the way, I will get all super chats unless it jumps forward and somehow I miss them. It happens. I don't mean to do it to you guys. The Burmis Brigade grows stronger by the day. We've had a great week. So we're going to talk about this article, but I got to go through it. We're also going to talk about the allegation that there was some kind of a business dealing with Trump, and that's the real story of their falling out. I haven't looked at it. I'm going to be 100% honest. That's why you're going to get the Epstein video probably after midnight tonight. But we're going to dig deep. We're going to dig deep because there are a ton now of connection articles. This one here goes through, I think, every single person in his little black book. Some get a little bit more play than others, but, I mean, look at this. Guys, I'm still going. A lot. I don't think we can even cover all of this. In fact, I may make a series where we cover 10 at a time just from this article. Look at this. You think I can... I think if I printed this out, it'd probably be 80 pages long. Okay? You say, am I done? And all this information's been out there that he was connected to these people that were in the book, and that was only one book. Let's discuss the black book we're talking about, by the way. We're talking about the book that was smuggled out by the butler in Florida. And this was only one book. And Bradley Edwards, in that same interview with Derek Brose of the Conscious Resistance, who we're going to have back on, by the way. In fact, now that I thought about that, I'm going to contact Derek Brose hopefully tomorrow and get another interview with him. He's the one that interviewed Bradley Edwards, and Bradley Edwards talked about his relationship with Trump and getting a hold of him and having a conversation, and that he gave helpful information. So that Intelligencer article is huge. We're going to talk about the what the airport employees were saying, okay, that he was flaunting it. Everybody knew these girls couldn't be more than 16 years old. And we're also going to talk about all these different associates. The footage is going to be out on these guys. And remember, a lot of these guys took money and partied with Epstein well after everybody knew who he was, 100%. Earlier today, we did 2 videos. We did one, if you haven't seen it yet, guys. And remember, we're going to take your questions, so load them up now, and we're going to start going in real soon. Rand Paul and the first responders, yesterday they passed the bill, basically without a cap, through 2092, that they will take care of the first responders, and I'm all about it. Thank you. And then the Get Ready for a Surprise video, that's actually Dylan Avery. Jeff Brady, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Very appreciative. That's me and Dylan Avery walking both of our dogs, who happen to be brother and sister. They were from a litter. We tell the story. And Dylan Avery, he's got a YouTube channel, guys. Go give him a subscribe if you haven't. I am Dylan Avery. And the Magic Molecule is out as of yesterday. It's over on Amazon if you want a cool documentary to watch. I think it's like $6. Well worth your time. All about CBD and the benefits of CBD and the suppression of what it's really about. So Dylan does another great job, and he's also done Black and Blue. That's also on Amazon. So go give Dylan a check out. But folks, here we are at 40, and it is the 40-year-old AMA. So let's let's start to hit up a couple of these questions. Let's get there. A country you would like to visit, Japan. Very, very much so. I'll tell you what, I remember watching Lost in Translation and being like, whoa, even then. And I'm kind of sad that I'm not, a big world traveler, I guess. I haven't traveled outside the country much, but I have traveled the country pretty well. I did get my passport recently, guys. It happened. So maybe I will do some traveling. That would be a cool place to go. So Chris Campbell says, not far behind you. And by the way, if you want to see some little Burmese here, let's give you a roundabout on this one here. So up top, obviously that's my mom. This is me with a little baseball bat. That's my pops on the bottom. Here he is, holding me up. I think that's a little Superman on my chest, by the way. Thanks, Dad. And these are my grandparents on my mother's side holding me, Nick and Michelina D'Onofrio. And here's my mother, here's my father. This is my other grandfather. I never met my other grandmother. She was already passed by the time I was born. Here I am together. This is me sporting a Little League outfit, huh? You're checking it out. A couple of action figures here. Me and my mom's. That's actually me holding a stuffed Gizmo doll, which was my prized possession at the time, and I still love to this day. Goofball Jason. Let's see. This is me and my grandfather, and this is me and my dad when he did a Chewbacca birthday cake, which was all the rage at the time. So, with all that being said, let's go down. All right, Jason. Where did all these QAnon people come from to your channel? I don't know, dude. Who knows? Oh, dude, $50 super chat. Paul O'Donnell, thank you. Do you think any of Epstein's science, AI, cognitive data collection, research, donation connections are relevant at all? Or is it just weird? Brother, keep killing it. Be safe. Oh, it's very relevant. Listen, if this guy is an intelligence officer on any side of the spectrum, right? Let's say, I don't want to generalize, because I feel like this cabal kind of uses everything. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm not on the inside of the espionage game, so I don't know what's a real double or triple cross. But I would assume that U.S. intelligence obviously is aware of Epstein, at least, and has been working with him for a very long time because he's on the Trilateral Commission in 1995. Now, intelligence openly, DARPA, that's a CIA, based program. It becomes the Pentagon's brain. When you talk about these black programs and you talk about artificial intelligence and all this stuff in science, right? It all goes back to mind control, doesn't it? That's really real. And, I've done extensive work on MK Ultra, and I should do more work. I wish I had time to focus more on that because I think it's fascinating. And even then, they were putting electrodes in people's brains to control them. 100%. 100%. So, I've talked about Google, NASA, D-Wave, and, robotics, artificial intelligence. I think, number one, Epstein is an investor, right? But he's also a globalist. And what are all the globalists? What's the rage? I'll tell you what the rage is. It's artificial intelligence, controlling the narrative. Who can get to AI first? So, Paul, thank you very much. And yeah, I think it's absolutely something I'm going to have to pursue even more of. Congratulations from Sweden. Thank you, Judas. Let's see. And by the way, what was I saying? QAnon people come to my current channel. I don't know. I have no idea. I hope that they check out all the real information I put out and say, wow, this is really stuff we should focus on because this can be proven. Happy B-Day, broski. Thank you, Rocco. I turned 44 yesterday. I don't feel tardy. Well, Jason America, I hear you, dude. I feel all right. Hi, Jason. Thoughts on the United Nations? Well, all right. So I have an extensive part of the United Nations in Invisible Empire. And it was sold to us as the beginning of global governance. It's another globalist op. Okay? It's another control the narrative type of deal. Try to include nations. Now, I'm not against nations talking with one another in an open forum, working together. I think that's absolutely great. But they tried to sell us the League of Nations after World War I, and the people didn't buy it. G. Edward Griffin did some great work on its origins and all these kind of roundtable groups, the Council on Foreign Relations, which was kind of made in light of the failure of the League of Nations. Well, we'll just have our own little private think tank. Kind of, again, the birth of that modern idea, an ideal that, always seems to bring the left and right together, and probably the most stark, in-your-face, latest thing that proves that is that George Soros and Charles Koch have now joined hands. Come on, brother. The right and left are coming together. Koch and Soros forever. For the Quincy Institute on how to stop the United States' forever wars. So I guess that's my opinion on that, Lizzie. Okay, Kyle Reese. Jason, dude, I want to do a video about the new Finders Cult info. Is there new info on the Finders Cult? Is there? I'll tell you what, I'd have to see it, and it would have to be pretty documented because I'm aware of the Finders Cult, but I don't know if there's any new information on that. Let's see. I'm 32 since July 21st. Yeah, man, it rolls on. It only goes forward, everybody. I'm trying to do my best in the time given to me. Jason, would you be a fan of breaking up Amazon into 1 million pieces? Well, I would be a fan of this to start. Before we break it into 1 million pieces, right? Why don't we make it just pay taxes and stop giving it all this corporate incentive bullshit and change the code to where they don't pay anything and they don't support the economy and they pay an enslavement wage while they start automating everybody out of jobs and make a consumerist market while they spy on you and take your big data. So yeah, it's an issue. It's absolutely an issue. Guys, I got to take a drink of water. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little hot in here, so excuse me. Let's see. Happy birthday, Jason. Thank you much. By the way, thank you for all the support, Happy Kitty, a.k.a. Burmis Brigade Kitty now. Let's see. Laugh out loud. I was 30 on July 21st. Yeah, man. Again, listen, 30 came quick. 40 came quick. I'm sure 50 comes quick if I get there. 60 comes quick if I get there. 90 is going to be in the blink of an eye. So I'm trying to roll forward. I'm trying to produce content. Again, you know how much stuff I'm going to have to sit there and go through and read right now to really be able to speak intelligently on those subjects of just Epstein alone. Again, there's so much information because this guy's been around for so long and in circles that I've talked about and researched for so long. So again, pretty wild stuff. Let's see. Shane says, happy birthday. Thank you. Daniel, feliz cumpleaños, amigo. I'm assuming that's some kind of happy birthday. Trump Tower in Moscow. What's this? Like, share, sub for Jason's B-Day. Thank you. I saw a moose. Rand Paul does not have the consistency of his father. Just another politician getting paid on my grind. He's better than most, but yeah, he can be, in my opinion, a little bit hypocritical. Timothy Muldoon, not so much ask, but more of a thank you. Is it bad that you are my main source of relevant news? I don't think so. Wish I had the funds to be an anonymous donor. Listen, I appreciate, and by the way, I guess we'll go there right now. I appreciate everybody who has donated so far this month. We're about a fifth of the month through, and we're about a fifth of the way there, which is awesome. I can't thank you enough. You take a look here. Our subs are going way up, but we're putting out relevant content. And I hope that you check up on me. Whenever I make a mistake, I'm the first one to talk about it. When I woke up and I started talking about, where was it, the Iran stuff, somebody fed me some bad information on the thing. I was already doing an Iran video, and, I talk about it. I'm going to make mistakes too, guys. But again, if you can donate it, great, awesome. If you can just share my stuff, put it on blogs, put it in emails, put it on social media, that also helps. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the relevant information. It's being harder and harder for me to keep up in my inbox and in my DMs and all that stuff, guys, and I really apologize about that, but I'm really starting to get flooded. But when good information does get through, right, we go with it. That friend, the 3 French girls thing and Epstein was a huge revelation, and I think it's Angela Foster. She does awesome research, so keep bringing it to me. Let's see. D Bros, Rep Houston. Awesome. Yeah. No, Derek Bros is great. Happy birthday, bro. Keep up the great work. Have you seen the new documents released about the Finders Cult? I have not. Somebody, all right, that's the next DM. DM me the Finders Cult new documents. Happy birthday, JB. Yeah, BB Kitty, I agree. Let's see. MF Doom. Thanks again, Jeff. I appreciate that. Yeah, Derek is about 5G banning too and running for mayor of Houston. Good for him. And by the way, 5G done in a higher spectrum, not in these with these repeaters as some places in Europe are doing, is less dangerous. Now, as far as the speed and the information and the control of artificial intelligence, that danger is still going to be there. That's something that still has to be talked about. But the relevant health dangers that are outright in these repeaters and the technology that they're using for this 5G, that's something that has to be discussed. Can you see any way this is a psyop? If we're talking about the Epstein case, I'll say this. He's a billionaire and he's known how to put disinformation out and buy people out. So we have to watch, for purposeful disinfo. We can't go with everything that comes out. All right? We can only report what comes out and try to make connections based on that and have discernment on what the facts truly are and what those connections mean. Because a lot of people just roll with bullshit. We know it. And I'm not Bobby bullshit. I don't like that. I think it's nonsense. It hurts us big time. And that's why when I make mistakes, I'll talk about it 100%. That's what being a man's all about. Let's see. Yeah, give bros more exposure. Oh, see, there's the jump, guys. It happens. I'm sorry. It happens. So let's go back. That's Paul O'Donnell. All right. Not too bad. All right. Epstein pees me off. Absolutely. Mueller sounded like he wanted to cry. I haven't. It was like 8 hours today. I'm going to go through the transcripts. I'm going to see if anybody talked about George Nader. I'm going to see if anybody said anything relevant at all. And if they did, then it's going to get a video. And if they didn't, I'm going to talk about just the nonsense. Again, I had my mom tell me today, my mom messaged me or whatever, and she asked me if I was looking at the Mueller stuff, and she said something. I go, Mom, you know that this is all there was no Russian collusion. I mean, all that stuff is something different. She's like, no, I thought he was a puppet of Russia. I'm like, Mom, that's all made up. And I tried to explain to her where the emails actually came from. It's nuts. All right, so let's see. Swung back by to deliver a cake. Again, happy 40th. Take care, Jason Owen, everyone in the Happy channel, brother. Talk to you later. Thanks, Linda. Jeff Brady says happy birthday. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, do you know about gematria? I don't know what that is. Gematria. Or gematria? I guess I'm not sure. Gematria? I don't know. Politicians should not be allowed more than 2 terms. Yeah, I think that the term limits are great. Absolutely. Here's the other thing. I don't even know if it's term limits. I think it's taking money out of politics, period. Lobbyists have to go. The power we've given them over the years it's insurmountable. It's unbelievable. It's criminal. So I think, term limits, we can have that discussion. At certain places, absolutely. But I think that what you see is you just see a lot more jumping around into different positions of power or districts, loopholing. But taking money out of politics is going to take the glam out of it, because you can't just, pass legislation on behalf of all these, big pharma companies, military industrial companies, tech monopolies, etc., and, get away with it and then get a job with them afterwards. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. You look 29, dude. Well, thank you, brother. Trying to keep it as young as possible. Hi, Jason. Just wondering if you would reach out to Amazing Polly for a one-on-one interview. Love your work, bro. Thanks and happy birthday. I don't know too much about Amazing Polly. I've seen a couple videos where there was some good information and there was some bad information. And, I think the woman's trying to be genuine. I think she does some good stuff. So, I wouldn't be opposed to having a discussion with her. I'm not sure what exactly we'd be talking about, and whether we would be butting heads or et cetera, et cetera. And not that I'm against that type of thing. Again, I think she's pretty genuine, but we'll see. And I'm certainly not ruling it out. How's that? Hey, Jason, what's new with NXIVM? There hasn't been much new with NXIVM. September, we've got the sentencings, but that's a good question. By the way, that's the way to spell the medicine, not actually the cult or the whatchamacallit group, the Executive Success Program. Happy 40th. Keep up the great work. Drew Fuss. Thank you, sir. I love that name, Drew Fuss. It's like, that's styling and profiling, brother. Do you think the Epstein deal will bleed into the big pharma and secret experimentation on humans? I don't know. Again, the guy's invested in so much, I would doubt it. I doubt that they would focus on that. Secret experimentation on humans isn't that secret. If you look, I've talked about it a lot. So we'll see. I don't know if this case is directly going to connect to that, but anything's possible. You should check out Gematria Effect News has another truth YouTuber. Okay. Let's check some of that stuff out there. What do we got here? Can we still get hard copies of your documents? Which documents? Or you mean documentaries? I don't know if there's hard copies out there. I think you go on Amazon or eBay, somebody's selling them. Do you believe in God? Oof. Well, on the 40th birthday, I get to talk the big God question. Well, here's my position. I grew up Christian, probably, went to church a lot as a kid, in the sense, not a certain church. I think I went to a couple of Methodist, Protestant, moved around a lot as a kid. I was poor. And there were things about the church that even then I really didn't like. I felt like, people leaned on it too much, the definitiveness of it, et cetera, et cetera. You get older, you kind of rebel against that. And, I was kind of like a hardcore atheist kid, teenager type, going into college, et cetera, et cetera. But also at the same time, when you're growing up and you're learning about other religions that you really didn't know about, such as the Muslim religion, even pre 9/11. I remember the Hindu religion, the Buddhist religion. For me, that was big. I remember global studies in ninth grade and opening up to the idea that there were these large sects of populations that had religions really I knew nothing about and cultures I didn't know anything about, right? I guess, here in the United States, especially, growing up, and I was in New York, there was the further up you go, I guess there were the less Jewish people that you knew. But I remember when I was in the Hudson Valley, I definitely had a few Jewish kids in there. So there would be, talk of the dreidel and the menorah around Christmas time, and people with the yarmulkes, etc. Less of that when I got up to that was down in Hudson Valley, Dutchess County. When I got to Montgomery County, I don't even think I knew any Jewish kids there. So that's almost a different thing. So they teach you that's kind of like, just First Testament of the Bible, right? All this stuff. Now, then you see all the death and destruction over the years of certain religions, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sorry this is going to take so long, guys, but it's a big question. And you see how it's been manipulated, and we can talk about man. It's tough for me to get behind any one religion. But do I believe in good and evil? Do I believe that there could be something out there? I like to say agnostic at best, but I truly believe, in the law of attraction, that we do have free will, that it's everything isn't pre-written, that we have the ability to do amazing things, and there absolutely could be some type of a creator out there. And that makes a lot more sense than a lot of the other things they push. However, when you get into faith and everything else, it gets to the point where you're so certain about something that was, written on a stone tablet years ago in a different language and maybe interpreted a million different ways. At the same time, there are some prophetic things that, we could talk about the mark of the beast and microchipping of humans, et cetera, et cetera. I remember as a kid, Revelations was something I read a lot. I read a few times, actually. So I guess that's my answer for you, Brandon Finsterwald. That's a long and convoluted one, but it's how I feel. Dude, 40 is nothing. 51st is the day after tomorrow. Enjoy your 40s. It's Steroid Maximus. I just hope that by my 50s, I'm in decent shape and I can afford things like TRT and HGH in their new and better forms. That'd be great. Explain what happened with you and Luke. I already explained it in the 20K AMA. It's within the first 10 minutes. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want an hour-long video. Just watch the first 10, 15 minutes, and I think I wrap it up in 5 or 6. Will Epstein end up dead, dude? Baby Jason. Everybody says that. I don't know. I don't think so. That's the same question, so I said the same thing. And we talked about this earlier. I want to thank you again, Paul O'Donnell, for the super chat. And hopefully it's not going to jump. And remember, I'm taking all super chats. Let's see. Q is so bull. TJ so cute. Oh, thank you, man or woman. I thought I was a pretty cute baby. I don't know. I wasn't horrible, right? The baseball one, you can't see in the behind me, but I love that one. Let's see. Distraction. Very nice. You share that. I'm not sure what I was sharing at the time. I'm sorry. These things get caught up. Let's see. Have you ever seen a picture of the Pope's audience hall? Yes. It does have crazy serpent architecture. It's not. Check it out. Oh, no. It's totally nuts. I show this to people all the time. Exactly. Like what the hell is the Vatican? I'm certainly not Catholic. Geez, you talk about something that to me is like the antithesis of what you would want in a benevolent religion. So what he's talking about here, let's go and type in, I think you can just type in Vatican City serpents or something like that. Images. Yeah. So in the inside the hall, and even on the outside of it, by the way, it's shaped like a snake, right? It even has the eyes on the side, and it has like the snout type here. Like that's the architecture of it. And then on the inside of it, by the way, the stage is up here, which has like from a certain angle also has like a creepy, obviously that looks like a snake with fangs. You really couldn't mistake it for anything else. And then it has like this weird like lizard thing. Like this is the face. You see that? Let's get right in there. And you see how it goes into the... Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it, sir. And now the audience has too. So there you go. We do it live. We do it live, folks. Yeah, religion can be very creepy, right? I mean, who knows? I'm not saying that, by the way, I'm not saying that there are things in the Bible that are not part of the historical record. There absolutely are. I want to say that out too. So let's see. Yes, Miss T. Yes. Q is a LARP, and they showed up when Trump and Epstein stuff started to come out. Burmese Brigade Kitty, do you see how much he funded group mass behavior leaders like Professor Church and others? Groupthink. I have not. Listen, again, I've got to really start looking into the Mint Press articles, another one I have to go over tonight. I'm going to try to get that person on my show as well. So we're going to go with that. No Ultra Project Naomi. Well, is that like another sub-project? Because there were so many sub-projects. I mean, you also talk about Artichoke and others of the MK Ultra experiments. Happy birthday. Message retracted. Mr. Boston, what a beautiful day. I am 30. I feel like I am 70 years old. I have multiple all right. I have multiple sclerosis in a child. I would any pet that comes near my child. Mr. Boston, I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, my uncle Nick D'Onofrio, Nicholas II, actually, my grandfather up there, that's Nicholas I. He passed a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's almost 3 weeks ago now, man. It makes me want to throw up. We're having a ceremony for him in August, but he was a big influence in my life. He was 62 years old, and he lived a lot longer than people thought, but he taught me a lot, man, and he helped take care of me and my family when we were kids and did not have to. And I know that MS is just an awful, awful disease, and my heart goes out to you. I don't know what else to say. Brandon, what happened with you and Luke and is forcing you to build up your own better empire? Well, I'm glad you think it's better. I don't know if it's an empire. I'm just trying to put the work in. I'm not scared of work. I've never been scared of work. I love to work, and I feel blessed that I'm able to do this full time again, 7 days a week, and try to bring you guys information and have these talks with you. It's awesome. It's 100% awesome. It's great. But I really wasn't going to be able to do that over there. And again, go watch the 20K AMA, and I explain it. Thank you for truth fighting all these years. Question: Are there any original 9/11 revelations you covered that proved to be incorrect? Well, it depends. If you look at, for instance, what is it? The second edition of Loose Change, and me and Dylan have talked about this forever. Remember, I interviewed Dylan today. We did a dog walk and talk. We lived together. We had disagreements. There were a lot of things in the second edition in particular maybe I didn't want in there regarding the Pentagon and how sure they were. But for instance, right now we're talking about whether or not Dick Cheney really was in the PEOC before the Pentagon strike, because that's definitely something we've run with through the Final Cut that we vetted again and again and again. And in 2015, new pictures came out that suggested that maybe Cheney was not in the PEOC prior to the Pentagon strike. But again, I don't know for certain. There are still a lot of questions there. But am I perfect? Absolutely not. But that's something, and I think that's something also that I put in Fabled Enemies. So that may be something that's incorrect. 100%. Let's see. And I'll own that, by the way. With the information we put out there and the Mineta testimony and this original Secret Service quotes in the media, it looked like he was definitely there. But is it incorrect? I'm not 100% certain. And then, again, the second edition, there were so many things that, weren't, I think I got a PA credit on the second edition, even though, obviously I did a lot of other work and PR around it and talked about the film, etc. But, I became a producer on the Final Cut. There I had a lot more say. I'd written a lot more. A lot more of my research was in there, etc., etc. So let's see. Happy birthday, dude. Some sources, Lawrence Krauss and the wheelchair scientist guy went to the island. Oh, listen, I'm sure, again, high-level people went to that island. Especially like when I say the tech community, we're talking about artificial intelligence. We're talking about quantum computing. We're talking about the legit stuff. Those connections are going to be all over. All over. Let's see. Happy birthday. AI, correct my misspelling, please. Thought you were about 26. No, I am not 26, sir. My question, do you think the situation with Iran will continue? Yes. My prediction is within a week or two, we're going to see some real escalation, unfortunately. I think that, again, they're wrapping up Bohemian Grove right now. Another few days, I think, and that's it. And I think that we're going to see an escalation, and we're going to see a lot more media-heavy things around that. Yes, I am also a Leo. That is my sign. I don't ever really get into those things because I just don't. I know that people like them, but I'm just not a horoscope guy. They work together against us. Happy birthday. I was 40 last week from the UK and spent the Caco Bongos Cancun. Bohemian Grove, what happened, Jason? It's a good question. I've looked up any kind of media reports on Bohemian Grove. I think there's one since it started. One. And I think I even covered that in a follow-up video. So, not a lot on Bohemian Grove. Thanks, Jason, and I agree on the UN. Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate it. Do you think we are living in the end times, like the biblical sense, even if you are not religious? I don't know, man. I hate to think of it that way. Is it art imitating life or life imitating art? I'm not sure. I hope not. A lot of people have been thinking we've been living in the end times for a very, very long time. And it would take a lot for me to really, proselytize for that. Leo rules the heart. Hey, I got nothing but love in my heart. I'll tell you that right now. They always have worked together, one world government. It's true. Globalism's a real thing. Any new documentaries coming, Jason? I don't know, man. I've discussed that before. There's a couple that are in my little brain, but whether I can get them out there, it's tough. That's not a cakewalk. Those take some real time. I'm putting in a lot. You got to understand, again, I make all my own thumbnails. I do all my own tech stuff when something goes awry, all my own lighting over here, all my own production. I arrange all my own interviews and contacts. I read all my own stuff, et cetera, et cetera. This is the Burmis Brigade. And, thumbs the video up, share it. I want to thank everybody. And if you're not a member, remember, I just want to do a little plug-ski and hutch here. We got to GoFundMe, but please, just go watch my stuff. We're at the forefront of Epstein, NXIVM, AI, biometrics, the technopoly, bioweapons, mind control, and much more. We did the Adnan Khashoggi story before it broke by Vicky Ward. You go check it out. I think 2 days before Vicky Ward talked about that connection with Epstein, I was talking about his connection to the cabal, to the network that still runs the show. So let's go back to the AMA and get those questions in, guys. I hope it doesn't do a big jump, but we'll see. We're going through, and remember, any super chats I'll definitely get to. Let's see. You're handling 40 well. I had a nervous breakdown. Oh, boy. I don't know about that. 9/11 towers collapsed because the cross beams were broken by the impact, so it buckled. That's ridiculous. Oh, it just jumped. Okay, there we go. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. And totally unscientific, by the way. It would have tipped over to the side if that were the case. That's a fact. It wouldn't have crumbled into dust. I'm sorry. Check out UKS Miss Whiplash scandal. They either broke from impact or got severely weakened by the heat. Nonsense. And the Fed, swig of water for the working man. Yes, I might need another one. Why did you decide to do about the New York State vaccine laws? I'm not sure yet. I mean, I think we're going to fight it as long as we can, and we'll see what happens. Happy birthday, bro. Keep up the great work. Man, there's a ton of new documents just recently declassified about the Finders cult, like dozens and dozens of police reports and U.S. Customs reports, etc. Really? Well, yeah. Well, let's get them in here. Let's get it down. I want them. Happy 40th, Jason. Thank you, sir. Love the jug. Laugh out loud. I love the jug. Are you an Oneonta jug, or are you a Cortland or Brockport jug? And those that don't know jug life, get knowing it. Happy birthday, bro. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Jason, you may have stated this before, but what is your opinion on Q drops? Yeah, no, I'm not in imagination land, bro. I stick to facts. Talk about horoscopes. I read the title wrong. I thought it was Ask a 40-year-old Virgin Anything. I was going to ask why your palms are red and hairy. I mean, I was just waiting for that joke, but yes, very red, very hairy. People ask me if I shave my arms. I mean, you can kind of see it in the light that I don't, but it's very light. Like, I've had people ask me that, and it's weird because my brother is definitely a hairball where I'm really not. You know, I got a little bit of hair here and there, but maybe that's why I look so young. Old school 9/11 truth era, Porta Vida. Is cucumber a fruit or a vegetable? Well, it has seeds, so isn't it classified as a fruit? Dun, dun, dun. Happy 40th. I was 39 last week. Keep it up, Penny. Hey, we're rocking it. We're rolling it, huh? We're going. Big time. Boom, boom, boom. So, Delta 900. 41. So, if you want to ask me 1 year gap question, it's okay. Okay, Thaco. It's a fruit. There's the answer. I want to see you go big. I want to see me go big, crypto. Trying. Q tell peoples to trust the plan. How can anyone believe that we should be doing that? Trusting the government. Yeah, right. I concur, sir. I concur. Let's see. Fruit like Podesta. Oh. Yeesh. Keep on keeping on, Bromo. Happy birthday. Well, thank you very much, German. Jason, love the bump you got in subscribers. Great stuff. Thank you. Yeah, we're killing it. Let's go. We're going to be at 30K soon. And I got a little time this week. You know, the kids, they're leaving. They're going to go with my other sister down to Virginia. So they'll be gone for a couple weeks. And I'm going hard. Get ready. Let's see what I can do it. You're not 40. Yes, I am. Jason, if you have gas, is it better to fart or keep holding it in? Oh, man. Delta 900, he's got jokes and jokes. Depending on the situation. Are you in your own home? Are you by yourself? Are you trying to be funny? Are you with a young lady in the bedroom? I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios there, Delta 900. Happy birthday, you're 40. So, because this is it. I went out last night and I had a few brewskis, and that was enough. And that, you know, guys, it's just another day. Another day, another dollar, right? Happy B-Day, man. Q is bull, but here really is a ton of new docs about the Finders Group. Huge docked up, man. Oh, I want to do an Epstein. Oh, there we go. Lost a bunch of you. Sorry about that, guys. Yeesh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. Wow, this is a lot. Wow. Wow. We're never going to get to all these guys. So let's see. Wow. I apologize here. Okay, Drufus. Uh-huh. Okay. Man, I'm sorry. We got to go way back, huh? Here we go. So, all the way back here. So it looks like, guys, let's see, we're 40 minutes deep. I usually do these for about an hour. It might go a little bit longer. So super chats pop up. I'll get to them, but I don't think there's any way I'm going to get through all these. Let's see. Trust the government, please. Yep, he's aging well. Happy birthday, Jason. Love ya. Love Bros. Happy birthday. I like Derek Bros a lot, too. What's the best present you've ever received? Man, great question. What is the best birthday present I've ever received? I don't know, really. Probably the most memorable one was probably my first bike, like my first mountain bike from my dad. I think that was like my 10th birthday. That was probably the most memorable of everything. What's my opinion on Antifa? I don't like the left-right stuff. I don't like people that are violent. I don't like people that aren't going to have a conversation, so I'm not a big fan. Let's see. I'm here from the government. I'm here to help. Okay. Happy birthday. What is the info on all these years that you've uncovered that is the most memorable? Yeah, the pedo rings. That's why I'm doing this. 100%. The pedo rings, man. It's the most disturbing thing out there. And then the occult connections to those pedo rings and how high level they are and how big they are and technology, et cetera, et cetera. It's really disturbing, dude. This is it. This is why I'm throwing my full weight behind this Epstein stuff. Happy birthday, but you got to admit, Junkerman is kind of hot. Well, I made the point that it's very possible she was groomed through modeling at a young age. They use some of these people. I mean, they're not just using them to groom other girls and bring them into their sex operations. Like, again, look up MK Ultra. Look up how they set up houses of prostitution coast to coast. That's part of the game. 100%. 100%. Let's see. Hi, I'm there from the government. Oh, this is it. Jason, do you know what a Talmudist is? I do not know exactly what I would assume that has something to do, obviously, with the Talmud and Judaism. And, I would be very vague as to know what a Kabbalist is, other than, Kabbalah and alchemy and ancient knowledge. I've never read any of those books. New viewer, love the content. Ever look into the child terrorist camp in New Mexico? I did a whole piece on that, actually. If you go check out We Are Change, I did a couple pieces on it. But I did like a whole mini doc. You like my documentary stuff? That one is a mini documentary. So let's see if I can find that. Terrorist training camp, right? Camp. And where was it? It was in New Mexico. That's right. Mexico. We Are Change. Let's see if we can get it just from videos. Dun, dun, dun. There it is right there. Bam. What is the FBI really doing about this? Let's see. Is that? Yeah, here it is. So another camp found in Alabama tied to New Mexico. And I did a whole nother piece before this. So there's actually a couple pieces on that one that I've done. 100%. So you can go check those out. All right, let's continue on. Happy birthday. Epstein is a sacrifice. He might be. He might be. I mean, this whole thing is blowing my mind. I'm certainly open to different ideas. Have you looked into Amazing Polywork on... Yeah, again, he's got a ton of them. I know he does. Listen, one of the things I was doing while I was at WRC, and one of the reasons I was able to break a lot of Epstein stories that nobody else was talking about, is because I was Googling them on a daily basis. And a lot of times on a daily basis, the only thing would come up is his trades. Okay? Go to a news search, do a Google, and go back and, when it wasn't a big hot topic, maybe April through May or a year ago, April through May, and you'll see a lot of this stuff is just him on exchange routes and what stocks he's investing in and what stocks he's shorting, etc. I don't read emoji. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at that, so I don't know what that means. I see the cupcake. I got that. Smart meters collect data and hit you hard with radiation. Explain how connected our light bulbs are to our computers. Well, yeah, you can set them up. Listen, that's the idea, right? That everything can kind of be controlled at once through the cloud and AI. And once they have like a wireless Bluetooth technology or NFC built into or just your bulb, they'll be able to control it that way. It's very easy. NFC, although not big on the iPhone, is used in a lot of droids to this day. Bluetooth is standard in almost anything, and there's a ton of other ways that those communications could happen. In fact, light itself has been proven to be used in a concentrated fashion to project information digitally. You can watch a huge TED Talk on that from 5 or 6 years ago. It's called Li-Fi, L-I-F-I. You know what? Let's look up a little Li-Fi really quick. And that's why these are fun little AMAs. We'll type in Li-Fi. And there you go, is a paradigm-shifting 5G technology. Now, again, if we were using Li-Fi, and it was a 2011 TED Talk, we're talking about spectrums of information literally coming from your light bulbs. So if you don't know about Li-Fi, go check it out. It's obviously something I should be covering more. But, again, you saw how much, if you watch the beginning of this thing, so much Epstein stuff to go through as well. Let's see. Dude, just do a YouTube search. There's a bunch of new docs about Marion Petite and the Finders and government links. It was a cover-up, dog. Oh, I know it was. Happy birthday, homie. Great work, dog. Well, thank you. Mueller hearing was painful. Waste of time. Yeah, Paul, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go through some keywords and see if there was anything good there. It's tough. Happy birthday, Jay. You do a great work, brother. Hope your day has been great, mate. It's been a good day. How do I message you with info I can't share here? You can always DM me. I'm warning you, though. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. I want to let you know now, but now it's really stacking up as I'm starting to get more and more followers. It's hard. Yes, Amazing Polly is truly amazing. You need an audio clip of an electric guitar riff and a voiceover guy saying, "Man, facts." The weird number thing. What really happened with you and Luke? Everything, again, I told you on the 20K AMA. T. Ferguson, hell yeah. Antifa are brainwashed. That is my opinion. The enemy is deep state, not random people. If lobbyists are there, terms won't matter. Yeah, you're right. Exactly, Victor. Thank you. I did a whole rant on how I thought the lobbying system was the real issue, although term limits in certain jobs I could see and understand. But yeah, 100%. Opinion on 5G and chemtrails. Well, I've already talked about 5G, but if you want to know my opinion on chemtrails, or what I like to call prolonged jet contrails and solar radiation management methods, I did a whole documentary called Shade the Motion Picture. It is available for free in my playlist section with my documentaries. Please go check it out. Happy 40th. You are now officially an adult. Is it today? I did it. Let's see. Is this Luke Mossad? I'll get to that in a second. That's ridiculous. But opinion on 5G and chemtrails. You're an adult. Term limits for lobbyists. Yeah, well, again, no lobbyists. So is Luke Mossad? 100% no. Guys, I've known Luke Rudkowski since, God, it had to be 2004, I want to say. 2004, basically right when the second edition of Loose Change was coming out, before it had gotten any distribution. He was in New York 9/11 Truth Group with a guy named Les Jameson. That's where I met Nico Hopt, who'd later be like Plain Disinfo, et cetera, et cetera. And there was just a lot of inaction and argumentation and things that were not going on well there. Luke was just this young guy with a guy named Dan Wallace at the time, who I met several times before his untimely death. His unfortunate death. And I know there's conspiracy theories around that. I assure you, I actually know what happened, and nothing to those rumors either. So no, Luke is not Mossad, 110%. Let's see. If they made it illegal to take money for lobbyists, that would be amazing. You're right. Yeah, it would be. It's the only way. It's what the Constitution and Bill of Rights are all about, actually. They wanted to keep money out of politics. It's like the original Constitution and Bill of Rights. They wanted totally to keep money out of politics. You should do an interview with Unknown Observers or Conscious Resistance. They have stuff about the Finders Group info. I don't know who those guys are, but again, I'm pretty interested in it, so we'll see. In fact, I had another group that I had to get a hold of, that they have a Prime Video about the trafficking of children that I was introduced to by another contact, Robin. I hope they don't think I'm blowing them off. In fact, if you're watching this by any chance, I'm not trying to blow you off. I just have not gotten around to it. There's another person I have to get to. Can you do a video on Philip Marshall? I'm not sure who Philip Marshall is. Happy birthday, Jason. I found you recently. Really good work. Keep on going. Well, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Jason, should we end the Commission on Presidential Debates? I'm not sure what the Commission on Presidential Debates is exactly, so I would be speaking in ignorance if I acted like I did. Yeah, 5G and geoengineering and chemtrails. We talked about it. What's your opinion on David Icke? You take the good and you take the bad out. You let the man speak. I think he's done a lot of great work. He's remained consistent. You can't say he hasn't. He's one of the few guys in the alternative media, in my opinion, that's at least remained honest about anti-war stuff and false flags and government propaganda and the false left-right paradigm. I'm certainly no believer in shape-shifting reptiles and the Anunnaki, but again, and it sucks that poisons some of the information, but Icke, I got nothing against the guy. I'd have a cup of coffee with him any day of the week. So props to David Icke, especially for still pumping out a lot of great stuff. Let's see. I love Amazing Polly. She is a good Canadian gal. Jason, were you in the military? No, I was not. I've never been in the military. Do you think... I did take the ASVAB test. I almost joined the National Guard pre 9/11. My stepfather, who was in the military, I believe he was a Marine, was very anti-military. And when he found out that I had even gone and taken the ASVAB test, every time a recruiters didn't stop by my house afterwards. When they called, he would curse them out and tell them he'd fucking kill them. I didn't want to, I'm sorry I cursed like that, but it's just the first thing I came to mind. He was very anti-military, man. And his father was in the military too. They were not, in fact, I remember when his father passed a couple years back, they offered like the military send-off funeral, and my stepfather was adamantly against that. He was like, no, we don't play that in my family. So, I guess that's my answer for that. Let's see. Do you think the U.S. was involved in huge blackouts in Venezuela? I think, yeah, more than likely. More than likely. And by the U.S., I would say it's the actual intel community. So it's not like the United States total military, but yes, absolutely. Opinion on... I'm sorry, I must have skipped one. Jordan Olson, he breathes through his eyes, right? I don't know who Jordan Olson is. Who are these people? David Icke is cool. Just take it with a grain of salt, dude. How about Colorado? 11 states passing legislation that sends all electoral votes towards the popular vote, no matter what state votes for. I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of like trying to usurp the Electoral College? I don't know about it. He is okay. Mike and Ike candies are good stuff. Epstein is being offered to make it seem like they are doing something about child trafficking. He is just a poster for what's really going on. They need to go deeper. Yes, they do. But they also need to prosecute the hell out of this guy, too. This is the litmus test. And they need to go way deeper, Jeff. Way, way deeper. At Brandon Fitzwell, Jason has went over time and time again. They are fine. The more people ask in this fashion, the more I think they're just trying to derail and distract from their work. Yeah, it's ridiculous, whatever. Let's see. What do we got here? David Icke is okay. I just don't go believing the lizards. Yeah. Bro, dude, happy birthday. Thank you. How have you been able to fight the aging process? Well, I'm not married. I don't have children of my own. I've been taking care of my sister's kids, obviously on the regular as they live with me, et cetera, et cetera. We have a 2-story house with 2 separate apartments. But that's only been about 3 years, and I actually love it. I try not to keep anger pent up, and I try not to put myself in a position of total and complete stress. I try to eat somewhat healthy, and I periodically do work out, although I've started to get lazy again, and I got to get back in the gym. In fact, I texted somebody about it earlier, so we'll see if it happens. But hopefully I'm going to keep trying to fight that aging process, man. I want to live a very long and happy life and continue to be happy. Let's see. Ike Strawman attacks socialism a lot, calling DSA Stalinist. I don't know what DSA is, so I'm sorry. Happy birthday from the UK. Happy 40th, Jason. Enjoy. What happened with the Wiener laptop? It's been 2-3 years with promises that something would happen, and the NYPD saved the evidence. What's taking so long? Will anything happen? I don't know. I don't trust the Gateway Pundit. Do you? Did he say that? Oh, my goodness. Listen, I'm not saying that the Gateway Pundit hasn't done great work, but it was an unnamed source. And I'm not saying they didn't have that source, but I need more. I need more. And not only is there that possibility, we don't know the backstory if it is true, what kind of intimidation may have occurred after the fact, what kind of black operations may have come after the fact. I've went over the Wiener laptop quite a bit, and there's actually still quite a bit of information that we have been able to garner from the IG report and other government documents, such as the fact that he also was involved in the recording of this material. Now, does that mean, or I'm sorry, the production is the term they use. Now, does that mean that he just hit the record button on some of these 15-year-old Skype sex sessions with 15-year-old girls, or does it go deeper than that? It's a good question. You know, we have to take the facts as they actually come. We got a new super chat. Let's see. Let's go to that really quick. Happy birthday. Thank you, Tanya Gates. You rock. We appreciate the super chats here. Let's see. What do we got here? It's a yes, it is illegal for you to declaw your cat as of today. I was driving yesterday and I heard that. It was yesterday I heard it, so they passed that. Happy birthday, bunch of emojis. Trump was addressed chemtrails and 5G, but the rest of the world has not really. I don't know that he addressed either of those things really. I think maybe he's talked about 5G, but he's all pro. He wants to get it going as fast as he can. Robert Phoenix is doing some interesting work on the Russian subversion of post-war America. Check 15 minutes OV Flame. I don't know what that means because there isn't a lot of Russian subversion going on in America. That's Johnny Nonsense. Would love to see a Finders Group update. There's definitely a link to NXIVM and Epstein in my humble opinion. Check it out on YouTube, brah. Happy B-Day. All right, yeah. Listen, I'm all over this Finders Group information, guys. Do you think the elites are happy about the Ebola and other serious illnesses going around possibly for depopulation? I don't know. I think it's a lot of fear-mongering in many cases. But, again, I don't know. I love your intensive investigative journalism. You work hard. Your parents must be very proud of you. Happy B-Day. Did you quit We Are Change? Yes. I have not been with We Are Change since the beginning of June. And, again, I explained that in the 20K AMA. Because it is a super chat, I will go over it really briefly. But there's basically a time where I had made a deal to go in at a certain amount. It was a lateral move from me running a bar. 9 months in, I believe I took a significant pay cut of over a quarter and still tried to make it work. And I continued to try to make it work. And I even was willing to work the day that, there came a time when it was like there was a problem and we couldn't seem to resolve it. And, I wanted to work something out. I did everything that I could to work something out, even saying, hey, I could do 10 videos a week for this rate or whatever. But the bottom line was I was working 48 hours plus a week for the equivalent of minimum wage. And today's my 40th birthday. I can't live like that. And since going solo, I've been super productive. I've been able to not only grow this channel huge, but I think bring content that is high quality and sometimes long form. A lot of stuff that I was not able to do at We Are Change. So it's been a huge win. And, obviously I wish Luke no harm and I wish him the best. But I'm very happy to be on my own. And I'm so happy that you guys have supported me. So if you're new to the channel, now's definitely the time to subscribe, join the Burmese Brigade. We're going to be doing a new Epstein update deep dive into a ton of different allegations. I think that's really important. And again, we've got the GoFundMe. We're about a fifth of the way through the GoFundMe. I think it's about 5 or 6 days deep. And we're about 1,200 in. So that is awesome. It's amazing. I thank everybody that is helping me out. With that being said, we are just about at the hour mark. So I'm going to try to fly through like 5 more questions. Let's see if we can do 5 more questions here. We went to the wrong thing. Let's see. Are you going to get married and start a family? I sure would like to. If I met the right person that I thought I could be married to the rest of my life and we weren't going to get divorced, that's a huge life goal of mine. I'm not giving up. What is your opinion on DMT and mushrooms? I've never done DMT, so it's hard for me to have an opinion except for opinions based on opinions that people have that have used it. Magic mushrooms, that's something I do have an opinion on, but I think I'm going to keep it to myself today. I haven't done those since I think 2008 in Tennessee, any kind of derivative of them. I want to say I was a wild child, but I certainly wasn't opposed to taking certain psychedelics from the time I was a teenager into my, I would say, late 20s. I don't know if I ever got down in my early 30s. Happy 40th, Jason Russell. Muhammad Joma. My opinion is avoid drugs and have a clear mind, Jordan. Okay. Can we call you Jay Wild? I don't know if that's a good one. I don't know. What is your thoughts on dissolving the federal government? I don't. See, listen, I'm a reformationist. I'm not a revolutionist. I don't think we need a revolution. I think we need a reformation of the Constitution and Bill of Rights the way they were actually written. Let's see. Indica or sativa. Sativa is the one that keeps me awake. I'm all about that, obviously. Happy birthday, Jason. I lived in Dutchess County. Wappingers Falls. Yeah, me too. That's exactly where. I lived off of Route 9 on Beechwood Circle, actually. Right around the corner from earlier where the Tawana Brawley stuff had happened. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, but I would like to have a family, I guess. Mushrooms are great. Even hobbits like them, but can be risky. Oh, all right. I think that's going to be it, guys. Once again, if you can, give me a sub, give me a like, give me a share, join the Burmese Brigade. Late night, we're gonna go Epstein Wild. We're gonna go Epstein Wild. It could be 1 a.m. here Eastern. I don't know. I also have a really exciting announcement. I'm gonna save it for later, but there's gonna be a future weekly broadcast I'm super excited about. It's gonna be 1 week here. It's gonna be 1 week on another channel. That's all I'm gonna say, and I think it's gonna do great things. I think it's going to bring in even more of an audience and more of a diverse audience, which is what we want. I've got the GoFundMe. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for the help, and I'll see you all on the flip side.